On with the show.
What's going on, everybody? It's another episode of the often imitated, never duplicated Voices of Misery podcast, and of course, I am one half of your dynamic duo of the nerds. I'm the nerd, and you are
Nerdette.
And boy, am I surprised! I remember the intro. It's been a while since I've done it.
Shut up! It's been like 5 days.
It's been a week, a whole week since we've done a show or recorded one together. Even though you guys wouldn't have been able to tell if we didn't say it every 5 seconds last week to try to remind people that it was going to be a special week. Let's just hop right on into it. What the hell you been doing? How was your week then?
Went to the water park. That was fun. People swimming in pants.
Oh man, it was a fucking experience.
We were sitting in the in the wave pool, and they were behind me. I just happened to look over my shoulder and see this woman in fucking pants in the pool, like. Just lounging in paint, and I'm like, I turned and looked at you and laughed. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, start recording this shit because no one's gonna fucking believe us.
I wasn't going to. You told me to record it, and I did.
Oh my god! And I sent it to my sister, and she went off on a freaking tangent. But like, she thought it was hilarious. I'm like, she goes, "Why is that even allowed?" And because we saw someone in a thong yesterday too, and I'm like,
a couple of women just bare ass.
I'm like. It's very bizarre because you would think with a family water park there would be, I don't know, I thought there would be some sort of dress code. I mean, obviously people wear bathing suits, but to go in and fully clothed, I don't understand how that is allowed. Whatever, that's up to them. I just find it hilarious. It's just so weird. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it before.
Now, I have very low self-esteem. I really do. And you wouldn't be able to tell by the way that I talk on the show, the shit that I say. But no, I do. I mean, I'm very self-conscious. And I always wear, like, a waterproof sweater thing, but it's for the ocean. It's like what surfers wear and stuff.
The swim shirt.
Yeah,
it's meant for swimming.
Yeah, swim shirt and swim pants.
Well,
shorts. Whatever.
Bathing suit,
whatever.
Yeah.
The pills are kicking in.
Yeah, these people weren't, but these weren't. These were regular fucking clothes, regular hoodies and pants. Yeah. I've never seen that before. I understand.
I wanted to make a point about the thongs.
Oh, okay.
These weren't even nice asses, and I was saying that I'm self-conscious, and I saw some guys with like horrendous muffin tops and loose skin hanging all over the place. And I'm like, these guys are just out there not giving a fuck, and I wish I had a tiny bit of their confidence, man. Or just not...
You have no idea. Seeing, like, 300-pound women in fucking bikinis, and I'm like, damn, good for them.
Good for them.
Because
good for them. I wish I had that confidence.
I can't do that. I'll wear my nice little bathing suit that I'm fully covered in.
If I took my shirt off, no one would even give me a second look. They'd be like, wow, that guy's skinny. That's probably what they would think. But in my mind, I'm like, shit, I can't take it off here.
Yeah, I don't know.
As I'm walking past fucking people with, like, fucking open gashes and shit in the water, just don't give a fuck. Dude.
I don't know.
Well, whatever. You were about that.
No, I was just gonna say, I understand if you're trying not to get sunburned, but there's sunblock, and then there's actual like swim clothes where you are covered more. Yeah. That are swim because we got it for Jenna. She's got a long sleeve swim shirt, and then swim shorts that go with it. I don't know. It's just the pants really threw me off this week. Yeah. That really fucking. And then you had some guy. With his ass hanging out, with wearing boxers and I'm like, what is happening? Pants sagging, boxers out, people swimming in Crocs, and I'm like, I don't know. This is the most ghetto fucking water park.
It's just weird. I just don't understand why there's no rules there. But you go to the beach and like there's 1,000,001 rules. Cops can drive you over in their fucking truck and just kill you. Apparently down here in South Carolina, and no one cares. But at the water park, you just do whatever the fuck you want, man.
Yeah, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's just so bizarre.
You can't even put a tent up on the beach, but yet you can fucking walk around bare ass. Your fucking surgery staples going. You fucking go to the bathroom and fucking people with loose skin are hanging out in the urinals talking about Ozempic as they're pissing blood from Ozempic. They're just weird fucking people, man. It's just a weird fucking place.
I miss the other water park.
Me too, man. And I narrated the video, and I was screaming a bunch of insults. Well, let's not get into all that. It was just
It was funny, though. It was a fun day. I had a good time. I got burnt a little bit.
Yeah. You enjoyed it.
Looking a little red.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I was really high at the water park. I had a lot of... it was just a really fucking awful week for me. What else were you talking about? You were watching stuff this week, right?
You know what? You leave me alone for a little bit. I actually watched some shit. See that?
One thing, you know what? And I'm going to throw a point out when you review one of your things. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
I'm saving one for last because we both ended up watching it. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I gave up on Nip Tuck. Done. I think I was maybe 4 episodes into the 5th season. I was so goddamn bored. They moved cities and like everyone was separated. I just can't. Like I can't. So I got bored and I just quit that fucking show. And then I needed other shit to watch.
So what happened? They separated the practice apparently?
Well, no, they moved the practice, but then like the one dude's wife who he's divorcing is in New York now. They're no longer in Florida. They're in California, and then the son is in Florida still. And it's just like everyone no. And I'm not watching 10 episodes before everyone's reunited again.
But you watched The Walking Dead from beginning to end.
I just don't have maybe I don't have the patience. I don't know, but I wanted to know how that one ended.
Yeah, you knew how the other one ended.
I just don't care. I just gave up. I didn't care.
No, I get it. I gave up on a few shows too.
It was a lot of sex and and I was fast forwarding that. Like the storylines were good. The storyline for season 5 was boring. I just couldn't get into it, so I just gave up. I said fuck it. So I'm done with that. Sammy and I watched If, which stands for Imaginary Friends. It's a cute little movie.
Oh, okay.
It had Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah, I heard that one got really bad reviews. Didn't make a lot of money either.
It was cute. It wasn't like I would not rewatch it, but it was different. Yeah. You know, like kids grow up and they forget their imaginary friends, so they don't see them anymore.
So it's Drop Dead Fred again, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. But yeah, so she enjoyed that. We watched the movie together. Still haven't watched Minions. Goddamn website hasn't put it up yet. It's pissing me off. Yeah. So we're still waiting on that one.
Tough one.
On Netflix, I've watched The Man with 1,000 Kids. That's a documentary, 3 episodes. Yeah. Shit is crazy, man.
Oh, I saw an article about that.
Dude, it just travels the fucking world, just depositing his fucking shit everywhere. And then he does it privately, too. So it's not just people going to sperm banks. Like, he's on a website and they can reach out to him there. He's got, like, so many... He doesn't even know how many kids he has.
But there's nothing special about this guy.
Well, he has long blue hair, yellow hair and blue eyes, or whatever.
So I mean, is he the only person with long blonde hair and blue eyes?
I don't know. And like he'll meet the people, like, and I don't know. It was freaking bizarre. Yeah. Like this, just sperm everywhere in the world, and just so he's got kids everywhere, and you can't. And in like the certain areas, like all these women have babies from him. So if they're going to the same school, or meet up in a bar when they're in their 20s or whatever,
this is disgusting. I already know where you're going.
Yeah, and they start dating, like they don't know.
That's why you got to think about this shit, man. Like there should be a limit on how many times you can donate. There really should be. We have enough people in this world that you shouldn't be able to donate more than like twice. You know,
they're supposed to be, but for some reason he was just able to keep doing it, and like everyone was choosing his fucking sperm. There's like multiple people that have done this. It's not just him. What
if in like 20 years he meets someone and fucks them and it turns out to be his kid?
Yeah, you know it's weird.
It's very possible. It's very possible. You can't be doing that shit. It's called diluting the water pool, man. You can't be doing that shit.
All the moms got together. They made a Facebook group. They all got together.
Dumb Bitches Incorporated should be the name of their fucking group.
Well, they didn't know when they all got...
desperate fucking dried up well whores. That's what they are. Just stupid bitches, man.
They didn't know because the website doesn't say, oh, he already has 500 kids.
Yeah.
It's just like, here's sperm. So they all get knocked up by this dude, and so they find out that he has done it multiple times. Yeah. So they formed this group. They brought him to court, and it was a whole thing.
Well, the court, but like, what the fuck? All he did was donate. He signed his name and donated.
Yeah, but you can't do that. So they want him. They brought him to court to stop him from being able to do it anymore. Anyways, that was good. That was 3 episodes.
Bring him to a doctor if you don't want him to do it anymore.
Seriously, just cut his shit off because Daryl just going to keep doing it.
The guy, he's obsessed with it. There's probably some sick satisfaction he gets knowing that he's got all these children out there.
Like every fucking country, he did it. Yeah. It's bizarre.
Just ask each kid for $10. Hey, mind if I borrow $10? There you go.
Hard Knocks New York Giants on Max. I watched the one episode of that. I will not be watching any more of that.
Me neither.
That's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not a documentary for me. Mm-mm. It's more of like trading and picking up guys and should we release everybody? And I don't care
know what happened. It's like, spoiler alert, we saw this shit in real life. Why do we got to go back and watch the inside? This is what led to the decisions they made.
I like when they follow a team or like it's a dynasty or like there's a story there. But when you're just trading and talking about I don't care about that.
A team that's been getting their asses handed to them the past fucking I don't know how many seasons. Who wants to see a Hard Knocks about the Giants? I mean, I'm a Giants fan. They're my favorite football team. I don't want to see them fucking. I want to see a winning team. I want to see a team. So I want the Giants to watch a Hard Knocks of a winning team. Maybe they can learn a fucking thing or two.
Yeah, it wasn't for me, but at least I tried it.
What kind of fucking example are they said? This is what not to do. Watch the Giants' Hard Knock Life, and these fucking retards.
And then I started Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus, and that's got 3 seasons. It's in the middle of season 3 right now, I think. I believe that releases weekly. Anyways, I'm on season 1.
Are you enjoying it as much as our friend?
I'm enjoying it now, but I'll be honest, it took me a while. Yeah. I think like 5 or 6 episodes before I'm like, oh, okay.
About what she said.
And it wasn't that it wasn't terrible, but I was having a hard time understanding like what the fuck was going on and who this guy was. Like, why is he up in everyone's shit? I get it now. I'm good. I'm liking some of these characters now, but it took a while where he's just basically trying to keep the peace in this area and like broker deals with like the gangs and like the officers and like the Mexicans, like all these people, and trying to keep the peace and keep everyone getting along and so everyone's happy, and it's good. So I'll keep going with that.
Good.
So at least it's something new, and I'm not rewatching it. This is new for me. So
finally, brand new stuff.
Shut the fuck up. Listen, I gave it a chance.
It's weird though when I walk out there and I see why something on TV, it's always the same thing.
I know.
I felt like I watched a lot of certain TV shows because I just walk out there and I see like Vampire Diaries. Like when I was watching it the first time, I'm like, oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Where did I see this? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I've seen that scene. Yeah.
She's watched it 10 times out in the living room.
10 fucking times. Probably 11 next month. Who knows?
I'm trying to think, but yeah, I do enjoy that. Mm-hmm. And then I won't talk about what else I watch. I want you to go through all your stuff, and then we'll come together at the end.
Well, I finally finished watching the originals. Let me get that one out the way first. I finished watching it from beginning to end. I watched every episode. Didn't enjoy the first season really much at all. I don't know how I made it through. It took a long time to get me hooked on the show. And then when I got hooked, I wasn't really hooked until probably season 3. But I started enjoying it in season like 1.5. I was like, all right, this isn't too bad. And I started following the storylines a little bit, taking notes. And then season 2 got a little bit better. And then season 3, I think, was the best one.
It's hard because you go from everyone being on one show, the Vampire Diaries, where you're used to all those characters, and then you separate them. Yep. And even though this is a really good family, they're now adding a whole shit ton of new people that you're supposed to care about.
Yeah.
And you don't. So it took me at least half of season 1 to even give a fuck. I cared about the family, but I didn't give a shit about any of the side characters. Yeah. I didn't like them. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? But it did take me a little bit to get into, too.
Sequels
so I agree with that.
Are just hard, though, in general to make, because you got to figure, you got a popular show, that's why it has a sequel. But then when you watch the sequel, you can only think about the show that it came from, and you're like, man, there aren't any cameos, and you're waiting for cameos, and by the time you get to one, it's like, I don't even care about these fucking people, if you even make it to the first cameo.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just kind of like blah on the show for a while, and then I started to like a couple of the people that were already on the show. The original characters are pretty decent characters, but it's just everyone around them was just so fucking uninteresting. It was just not even funny. But and that and the fact that these guys were invincible too. Mm-hmm. You go into the show knowing that they can't die, so you're like, okay, what am I watching? And then it's for the drama, and they did a good job. I feel like the actors in this were much better than the other show. I think the acting was top notch. The storylines were a little iffy compared to Vampire Diaries. I think Vampire Diaries had a better thread going throughout the whole thing, like love story plus bad stuff. This one didn't really have the love story. They tried with the weak love triangle with Haley, gayness that got bent over the car by Lafayette and slammed, and then and Elijah, who I want to call Ezekiel for some reason. I keep wanting to call him Ezekiel.
Don't do that.
I'm trying not. I'm trying to break that habit.
I love Elijah.
But anyway, I finished the show, and overall I did enjoy it. I'm just going to give it the final score now before I give it some notes. I gave it a B- as far as the show. I thought it was good. It just wasn't great. But then the one guy who I fucking hate, the gay guy who got fucking absolutely ass raped in another TV show that I'll never talk about again. Jackson, yeah, he got his heart ripped out, and I was so happy. He got one of the worst beatings I've seen on a PG-13 show. He just got the living hell kicked out of him, and he just gave up and just like, I'm fucking dead. And the girl he was supposed to marry and loved with all his heart, he was like, I gotta give up, bitch. These guys fucked me up. So he gave up and died, and I'm so happy to see him go. They did a couple of really cool things in this show. Like, they tortured vampires in some really cool ways. The guy who was the leader of the Strix, where they were like, yeah, we're going to give you a fate worse than death. So I'm like, what are they going to do to this guy? And they buried him in this fucking thing he couldn't get out of and dropped him in the bottom of the ocean. Mm-hmm. So he just dies and reanimates over and over again for fucking eternity. I thought that was pretty cool. I do like the idea of the white oak bullets because you got to figure out a way to kill these bastards.
Yeah.
But then a double-edged sword with that was there was always something. They got rid of the white oak and there's something else that can kill them. And it's like, okay, I thought they weren't killable. Now all of a sudden, every other episode, there's something new that can kill these fucking people.
You have to. I get what you're saying. You have to have something.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't really.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It was just dumb. It's like, wait, now everything can kill
him.
Yeah. Oh, and then like, we're the most powerful. We're the original vampires. And all of a sudden, Marcel becomes even more powerful, and he's beating the crap out of them. And I'm like, here we fucking go. And then you could tell they're grasping at straws. They're running out of storylines. And they brought fucking Matt back. Of all the cameos, they brought back some of the most uninteresting characters. You brought back fucking Stefan for like 1 minute.
Yeah.
And you didn't see him the whole episode, but yet he helped out. And you're like, what the fuck?
That was a crossover because that was shown on Vampire Diaries. Klaus was on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'll now that you're rewatching Vampire Diaries, you're going to see these crossovers.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then, all right. So I'll take that back. That was a good cameo then. But the other ones, we got fucking Matt. No one gave a fuck about this character. I seriously, is there a Matt fan? Is there anyone that's got a fucking Matt poster of Vampire Diaries in their wall and no one else, just Matt? And you watch the show to see what Matt's doing? And you have him fucking crossover. And it's just like, fuck this guy. I rolled my eyes so fucking hard. It almost rolled out of my fucking head. And then they brought Caroline in, who I love Caroline in Vampire Diaries. I'm like, oh, great, she's here. And then she's playing a character that I guess she never even played on the TV show that she went to, according to you. She wasn't even on that show. And she was talking about being on that show. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? She was
involved more with that school on the originals when she showed up than she ever was in Legacies. Yeah. She was mentioned, like, oh, she's off traveling the world trying to figure out this Gemini curse. That's all she did for 5-6 seasons, however long that fucking show lasted. She was never there.
Yeah.
So it made no sense.
Well, that was pretty bad. I'm happy to be done with that show, but I'm also happy I watched it. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever watched. It really wasn't, but...
The payoff was good.
The ending was one of the best endings I've ever seen on TV. It was great. I mean, the way they ended it, you can't get any more definitive than that.
Yep.
It's done. Good. Done and over with, so I'm happy. I do wish that they kept the vampire bonding together, so it truly ended everything. Where, like, you know, the sires die, everything under them dies, no more vampires. Congratulations, the show's fucking over. That's the way they should have done it, but I'm not going to...
Well, then there's no spin-offs. You can't do that.
I probably would have been better off, from what I hear about that spin-off, that I will not be watching, so... I'm done with the Vampire Diary universe. I watched all the things I care to watch with that one. I went over to The Boys, and I watched that one. This one comes out every Wednesday or Thursday, I can't remember. And I'll tell you what, man, if this show wasn't superhero related, I'd be fucking done with it. It is pure filth, pure garbage, and trash. It really is. It is fucking awful. When they're not doing that shit, it's a great show. It's weird. When they're not lowering the bar of fucking, like, come on, man. Like, I talked about it. They did the Human Centipede with the guys who can multiple his face in the other guy's ass, and he turns around and he's got shit on his face. I'm like, come on, dude. I mean... This show is in a constant competition with only itself, is lowering the bar and just being as disgusting as possible. And every episode, there's something that just makes me like, why the fuck am I watching this shit, you know? I just want to turn it off the entire time I'm watching it. But before I hit play to watch it, initially, I'm like, man, I can't wait to see what the superheroes do. And then they start doing this nasty shit. Yeah. This guy's got a fucking sex dungeon and sex toys and all this other crap. And he's got the other guy strapped to the thing. And he's going to rape him. And then the woman comes in and she's pleasuring herself over his face and squirts on him. I'm like, is this fucking necessary, dude? Is this fucking necessary? What the fuck? I am no prude at all, but I'm like, is this fucking necessary? It's just the show is it's nothing but pure shit.
Something like that, there are websites for that.
There's websites for it. All I want to do is see what the evil Justice League would do. Everybody's a pervert. Every single person is a fucking pervert on this show. Everybody's... The fucking main guy, Homelander's got this fucking serious addiction to women that breastfeed. So what does the one girl do? She gets shot up so she can control them. Firecracker, who's my new favorite fucking person on the show, takes these fucking pills she can lactate, and she's breastfeeding him at the end. She squirts it on his face. And I'm like, come on. It's just... It's so fucking lowbrow fucking garbage TV. It's like 5th grade humor. It's so bad. It really is, man. I don't even care to watch it anymore. I don't give a fuck about this show anymore. I really don't. I'm like really about one more awful scene from just turning it off for good. It's that bad. It's just, I wanted to like it. I was hoping it would be more injustice and less porn.
You should have known it was going to turn into that. I couldn't even get through the first episode. I was still in that first episode.
I'm trying because I got this far in it, but it's just like, fucking A with this damn thing, man.
Oh, Lord.
So fucking bad, man. And so anyway, there was another thing too. The League, I tried watching the show called The League, which is a sitcom about these guys who were like super into fantasy football, and I gave it about 5 or 6 episodes and turned it off. I didn't really care for it too much. Just wasn't a fan. This one was on my list. I just said, fuck it. I actually went through my TV list here, and I deleted so much shit because I get a lot of recommendations and things that were on this list that I'm like, do I really want to click? Just fucking delete. I'm not going to give everything a chance anymore. I'm going to pre-screen things, and if it doesn't look interesting to me, I'm not even going to fucking entertain it. It's got to have something redeeming. I can't be wasting time anymore with this shit. It's just, I'm serious. I can't. The show, The League... It had potential, but then again, I'm like, I don't like fantasy football. I always thought it was some of the dumbest shit ever. And this is coming from a guy who fucking used to play Dungeons and Dragons. That's a waste of time to me, that fantasy football shit. It's just, it takes nerdery to a whole fucking level, man, you know? And it's presented as something that, to me, it isn't, but whatever. We did get a comment from one of our listeners. This one came from someone named Clear in Ireland, who said we have cracker voices, and I told you about this the other day. Yeah. And I thought it was the weirdest thing, and I'm like, what, you said we have cracker voices? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I got offended for a minute, you know, because over here in America, it's a whole different thing. So I looked it up, and I'm like, what's cracker mean in Ireland? And I guess it's not to be confused with a tasty snack we have that's called cheese. In Northern Ireland, when you say something is cracker, you're saying it's really good. So have a cracker of a day. So I want to take this time and say hello to Clear and all of our cracker friends over there in Ireland. I hope you crackers have a cracker day filled with lots of crackers. Oh, so there you go. I thought that one tickled me. It made me laugh a little bit. It made me laugh. And I did watch some previews for some other movies. And there's one with Zac Efron that's supposed to be coming out with him and Nicole Kidman. I think it might even be out, that I thought looked pretty funny. And the first thing that struck out was like, these are two of the weirdest looking fucking people in Hollywood now. And Nicole Kidman is aging. You think she's weird looking? Well, she's aging really weird. I mean, you could say she's aging well, and she is, but she doesn't look like the same human she was 30, 40 years ago, which is something that freaks me out a little bit. And Zac Efron's not the same human being either.
No, I don't know what the fuck happened to his face, man.
Dude, that motherfucker is... he's a whole nother level of person. Like, what the fuck happened to this dude's jaw?
He looks very weird.
Beefy. He's all beefy and shit now. His voice even fucking changed. It's like he's got a mouthful of fucking sourdough bread in his mouth. He's just really weird looking. And I think this happened around the time he met The Rock in Baywatch.
It could be, man.
Whoa. Hold on a second, Zac Efron. The Rock's got something in his bag. Maybe you should try it. You're going to look good in that red Speedo of yours. God. I'm going to take this syringe, turn that sumbit sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. Got some shit in my gym bag, bruh. And he fucking gave him his first taste of steroids, because after that he started doing nothing but bodybuilder movies. Mm. He fucking did that wrestler movie that I thought was really good. The Texas Tornado, the Von Erich movie, or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. And he looked weird in that, and now he looks like the Incredible Hulk. He looks like the fucking thing. The face is just fucking jacked up. It's just like got this giant jawline. I don't know what these people are putting in themselves, man.
Yeah.
Dude's like
terrible.
Dude's like 30 years old, and he's like fucking ruined for life now. Just ruined. At least Courtney Cox is like 60 something years old now. He's just like, fuck it, I'm tired of being the hottest woman on earth.
I'm going to turn into a cat instead.
You know, I identify with a fucking leopard now. There you go, Courtney Cox. But yeah, that's about it for me. I did watch something else, but I'll let you introduce the final thing here.
We watched Beverly Hills Cop.
We didn't watch Beverly Hills Cop.
I did.
There's a gripe that I'm going to throw at you.
I know.
Can I just say it first before you get into your review? I'm laying in bed.
I know. Now, once you told me, I felt bad.
Now, let me fucking do this here. So, I'm laying in bed.
Laying in bed, my ass.
I was playing the video game. I was playing a video game, but it doesn't matter. It's a game that you can turn off anytime, do something else. And I'm like, let me go get a drink because I am parched. Walk out in the living room, I hear dun, 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 dun. I'm like, you motherfucker, watching Beverly Hills. Halfway through the movie, I'm like, oh, you're watching Beverly Hills Cop? You're like, yep, I'm all right. We used to watch it together all the time. The first 3 movies, well, the first 2. It's the third one we probably watched once or twice together. Just fucking, hey, that was our thing. We first got together was watching Beverly Hills Cop, and you're out there fucking doing the Beverly Hills Cop dancing shit to the damn song, out in the break dancing on a fucking cardboard box in the living room floor to this damn song. But go ahead and give me your review.
I felt really bad after you said that.
I feel bad.
But they're already working on 5, so. I will watch that one with you.
Damn it. Yeah, I don't know if I want a 5. They ended it perfectly.
Anyways, loved this movie. I loved this movie.
Yeah.
It was, just forget 3 and just go with 1, 2, and 4. Because perfect movies. I love them. Everyone came back. It was so good. They had all the music. I loved it. I have no complaints.
First 15 minutes were fucking pure goosebumps for me.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, I have no complaints about this fucking movie. I was a little worried because, the Ghostbusters one is okay, but I didn't love those movies.
Same.
But they were okay. And then you kept talking about how bad Indiana Jones was.
Yeah, terrible.
And I still haven't watched that. So then I was a little concerned, but this was so freaking good from beginning to end. I loved it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Do you take any notes or anything about it?
No, not really. I like the music, and I like that everyone, even though it's been 30 fucking years, they played their characters perfectly. There was no fucking problem.
Yeah.
And it's been 20, 30 fucking years. You would think they forgot how the fuck they acted. Yeah. Maybe they had to go rewatch their old shit.
Well, I didn't have many notes for this one because I was too busy watching it.
Yeah, I mean, they look older, but everyone, it was fine. It didn't bother me.
My only complaint is what I told you the other day with Eddie Murphy. I'm like, would it have killed him to work out a little bit? Just work out just a little bit. Just lose a little bit of weight, man. He had a huge gut the whole time. And I'm like, oh, man, Eddie.
But he's also 60.
I know, but
what if he did work out?
You can lose weight. You can lose weight. You don't have to work out. I could have been his trainer for the movie. Eddie, put that down. That's what I would have been. Put that down and put this in your mouth and say, no, Eddie, we're still fasting.
I did think, I'll do a small complaint, but it was small. I could have gotten over the whole him and his daughter, having an issue way quicker. It's dragged on a lot, and there was a point, I hope people fast forward if they haven't seen this movie, where the one guy is taken, right? He's gone.
Yeah.
And they have to look for him, but they didn't mention him for a long time because they were too busy arguing to each other about who was in the wrong for not communicating anymore and why they lost, they weren't talking anymore. And I could have gotten over that way quicker. Other than that, that's literally my only complaint. The rest of the fucking movie was great. Yep. So, I don't know.
I think this was the best movie sequel of all time that they brought back. I mean, not the best. All right. I think I jumped a little bit ahead of myself. This is the best movie that they've revived in a long time. So let's throw a sequel out the way because there's some better sequels out there. But this is the best revival of a franchise ever. Sound better?
I think so, yeah.
Ghostbusters was good. The first one. The second one was awful. I hated it. I hated Frozen Empire. But this one, for Beverly Hills Cop, I was very worried about it. I think I said, he looks like shit. But he still looked like shit. But they played it off. There were so many feel-good moments. The music, the first 15 minutes, I had nothing but goosebumps. I'm like, this is great. They did everything you were supposed to do with the revival of a franchise. They didn't do anything different. It felt like a Beverly Hills Cop movie. Felt like it was fresh out of the 80s, just with modern explosions and stuff. It was so well done. It felt like a Beverly Hills Cop movie. And they just did everything I wanted them to do with this.
They had little things in there, too. They still did, the Rambo dig. And then they had that... It was kind of in the beginning where Axel was first arrested. And that one actor, what is his name? I can't remember.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yes, yeah. Him. And he pulled out his file and he was going through his file and I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Where he mentioned all 3 years, which is the movies.
And he said, "Oh, he also came back in 1990, and that one wasn't too good."
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And Eddie Murphy's like, "Yeah, I don't like to talk about that."
Yeah, and it's funny. The third was they knew it sucked. I fucking love it, man.
So like, there were like small little moments like that you would catch, and that was good.
I give it an A-.
Oh yeah,
A-. I give it.
Yeah,
only because Eddie didn't even try to. He didn't even try. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm just rolling out of bed and putting on the jacket, and I'm doing this movie."
It was good, and it's a movie I would definitely rewatch. Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and they're not filming it, but they are working on a number 5. So. But they need to be quick. These people are getting old.
Yeah, I
don't know what storyline you could possibly come up with.
Do we
need
another Beverly Hills Cop? This one was perfect. You got the bad taste of 3 out of our mouths. You ended it perfectly. The final scene was perfect. Mm-hmm. I smiled a lot throughout this movie, and this is a week I needed some smiling. And I'll tell you what, this was a great movie.
Highly recommend.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yep.
Other than that, I haven't been doing much of anything, man. I've been doing the whole work thing. This was my first real weekend. Mm-hmm. Not having to do shit. Of course, it wasn't the best couple of days off. I don't know. This was a really shitty fucking couple of days. The water park was fun, I guess. Take your mind off of how much life sucks and laughing at people in their damn clothes and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, pretty sad. The whole Beverly Hills Cop thing really does disappoint me, though. And the reason why I even brought attention to that, because I want people to understand that you hate being in the same room as me.
Oh.
You hate watching stuff with me, so there you go. I just wanted that to be known, and you're not the only one.
I wasn't really wasn't thinking about it. I was just so excited, and I saw it on there.
It's all right.
And I just started playing. I wasn't thinking.
No one feels bad for me. Trust me, no one feels bad for me.
Well, I feel terrible. So
well, good.
If they do a number 5, we are watching it together. Well, I will be patiently waiting for you to be ready.
Maybe I'm tired of being blown off, and I moved on.
Fucking hell, man.
You don't want to watch shit. My BFF doesn't watch stuff with me anymore. She's too busy living her life, being a productive human being. I'm all alone now. I've got nobody. I've got nobody. If anyone out there wants to actually be my new, be something, help me out here.
The thing is, it wasn't even we talked about the movie coming out. Nothing was said. Like,
I know. No one gives a fuck.
We need to set a time, and that we need to do blah, blah, blah. I didn't know when you were going to watch it, so I just threw it on.
I think Missy needs to get her shit together.
God damn it.
Because you know, but there you go. I just wanted to throw that out there just to make you feel bad. Because if there's nothing I love more.
Well, I feel bad, so.
Good. All right, you ready to get some topics here?
Yes.
Or what? All right, let's do this here. All right, you got anything good, bad, and different? It's been a while. I wonder if I can still read articles without fucking getting too high and forgetting words and how do you put them together.
I have decent articles. My one website went down this morning, and I was stressing, man. I was fucking panicking.
I told you it was going to come back. That's what happens.
Took hours, but it came back. So now I should be good.
All right, well, let's just hop right on into it here. And this one was actually one of the topics that was sent in on Twitter. Rhexa. My favorite musician.
That's the one that got a phone thrown at her. Right?
I love Rhexa. Don't throw phones at her. She's now railing against the music biz, apparently. I've been silenced and punished by this industry, she says. So she launched a fiery broadside off that wonderful backside against the music industry on Tuesday morning, claiming in a series of X posts that she's been mistreated and sabotaged at every turn. The 34-year-old sexpot has helped write songs for everyone from Eminem to Selena Gomez, Tate McRae, and Tinashe, while scoring hits with Jeezy, Martin Garrix, and Florida Georgia Line, wrote that she has kind of inside dirt that can burn things to the ground. I could bring down a chunk of this industry. I'm frustrated. I've been undermined, she wrote, who has been writing songs and performing since she was a teenager. I've been so quiet for the longest time. I haven't even seen the signs, even though people constantly are bringing them up, and they've been so obvious. When I've spoken up, I've been silenced and punished by this industry. Things must change or I'm telling all my truths, the good, bad, and the ugly. All right, so listen. Right there, this is the only reason why I even wanted to bring this up, because I talked about Rhexa on the show, and I feel like that's why this one was sent in.
Yeah.
But my thing now, this turns me against Rhexa a little bit here, because she has all this horrible dirt on the music industry.
Yeah.
The only reason why she's even willing to talk about all the horrible shit, and they're up to some bad things according to her, is because she's not being listened to. She's a part of the club, and now she's on the outside of it. So now she's willing to give up the bad shit that they've been up to, which we should know anyway, right? We should know if there's horrible things going on.
There's horrible things going on in every industry, though, so it doesn't surprise me.
She's willing to keep her mouth shut about these horrible things by this horrible entity only if they hug her and hold her and love her back.
Yeah.
it says a lot about her, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it really? I mean, that's like me saying, you know what, man, I fucking know the government is up to some horrible shit. I know the secrets. Man, they better give me my fucking job back or I'm telling everybody. It's just like, wait a second, do you really care? Are you really a good person? No, you just want back in. Mm-hmm. So I just read that, and it's just like, so basically she's just got a lot of secrets, and something happened. No one knows what it is. So she's probably got them on some kind of a freaking timeline or something where it's like, if you don't give me what I want by this time, I'm going to release these secrets.
And what is it that she wants?
I don't know. I fucking looked over this article twice now.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a sign of what she wants. She's just willing to burn it to the ground. And I guess because she's not getting respect or whatever that means, she's getting a paycheck. You think that'd be enough?
I mean, she had a phone thrown at her while she was doing a concert, so she's out there touring, right?
Yeah, she's out there doing stuff.
She's doing stuff.
Yeah.
She's got music, so what the fuck? I don't understand.
I think that makes her a pretty shitty person, to be honest with you.
I wonder what the hell she wants.
Just imagine if one of the Nickelodeon kids were like, yeah, I know some horrible things about Nickelodeon, what they're doing to kids. I'm not going to tell them, plus they give me my job back. It's just like, well, you know some horrible crimes are being... Who knows what it is? It could be anything.
Yeah.
If it's criminal in nature, she has an obligation, you would think, if she's a decent person, to say something. But obviously she's not, because all she wants is respect and whatever the fuck the cult is holding from her, you know? Whatever. Woman allegedly beat to death. Hold on a second. Woman allegedly beat a man to death.
No.
Over unpaid sex in a New York City street.
What?
You would think you would get some of it up front. I mean, if I'm selling my body. Because, I mean, I'm in very high demand. So, whenever women are like, hey, can you slang me some D? I'm like, give me half up front. And then the other half when I kick you the fuck out, you know. These people have their priorities wrong. Need to hire better accountants, I guess. I don't know. So this is in Harlem, Manhattan, of course, where a woman is accused of beating a man to death after he refused to pay for her performing a sex act on him. So not only did he fucking get an orgasm out of it, he also got off scot-free. He's like, that ain't paying you, bitch. Get the fuck... I'm done. I'm done. I don't know. Sabrina Charles, 39, allegedly beat the unidentified man with a piece of wooden furniture.
Jeez,
man. Table leg, probably. I think it was probably like a table leg. Well, what else is there? What else is she going to have? What other part are you going to beat someone to death with? It's got to be the table leg, right? A nice long table leg.
It's just the way you looked at me like you were so excited.
That's
it's
fucking
table
awesome.
leg.
Oh, there comes a nail sticking out of it. So anyway, she beat the man to death in front of Hancock Place near 125th Street in Harlem. Shout out to 125th Street. I wonder if they're still beefing with 124th. Charles allegedly hit the victim over the head repeatedly. Isn't that what they do up there? They fucking, like, they beef with other streets up there. Like, no, man, you can't come on this street because this one's got even numbers. And they got the fucking shoes hanging up in the street lights. Oh, man, those are some fucking purple Nikes. We can't walk down this street.
Oh, God.
Fucking, they are so fucking
I thought that was
stupid.
like a drug thing.
Who knows? They're fucking idiots.
Like, if their shoes hanging, this is the area you can get drugs in.
What happens if
it's
like a jock strap
I watch too many documentaries. I think it means different things in different areas.
So anyway, Charles allegedly hit the victim over the head repeatedly after she performed a sex act on him between two parked cars. So she was wearing her knee pads when she performed the act. They can only assume what that one was. Charles claimed the victim raped her before the fatal attack. She was taken to the hospital for examination. Police said the woman so what the hell did they do? She's a prostitute, and you know, she's probably fucked like 4 or 5 other guys that day. I'm sure she's been violated more than once. That wasn't her first customer of the day, you know. She didn't just walk out the door. I mean, they're gonna open like have her, man, pull your pants down, please. As they fucking plug their noses, she opens it up, and it's like fucking bats flying out and shit.
Well, DNA samples, right? I'm sure they could take DNA from all the different specimens.
You think they gave the real name to her? Hi, my name is Jason Voorhees. I just fucked the Jason Voorhees. I don't know, man. So anyway, she was arrested with murder, criminal possession of a weapon, and being a dumbass because you always get the money first. What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Didn't her mama crackhead teach her right?
Dude, it's Harlem.
It's fucking Harlem, man.
I don't think very smart people live in that area.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Well, this man was beaten to death. I hope he got the chance to say something nice to the people he talked to beforehand. Before he left to get that blowjob, that fatal blowjob.
Yeah, but he's no longer living. He's not on this earth anymore.
Yeah, no.
Dealing with all the crazy shit that's going on.
There's a lot of people leaving.
So really, he won like 3 times that night.
Yeah, he did. That's how I want to go out, man. A free blowjob from a random woman I don't know anything to, and then murdered. It's fucking perfect. It's perfect.
God.
Please end this fucking life.
Well, a transatlantic passenger is feeling lucky to be alive after severe turbulence sent him hurtling through the cabin of a Boeing jet and planted him in the airliner's ceiling. That's crazy.
Oh, God.
You could see in a video clip the man's feet sticking out from above an overhead bin aboard an Air Europa's flight UX045 from Madrid to Uruguay. The fact that his feet were actually moving had to be relieving to his fellow passengers, who eventually dislodged him and got him back into his seat. How bad is that turbulence? Like, he got knocked from his seat into the fucking ceiling, and then everyone's like, come on, we gotta get him out of there.
Just imagine that fucking pair of legs dangling.
It's just so bizarre. Other passengers were also thrown out of their seats when the plane hit turbulence over the Atlantic. And in total, 30 out of the 325 passengers were injured during the ordeal. Other images and footage from the plane revealed a chaotic scene, oxygen masks hanging loose and ceiling panels in disarray. Passengers described the ordeal to local outlets as resembling a horror movie and likened it to near-death experience. I would be freaking terrified.
Yeah, me too, man.
Air Europa says the plane was diverted and the injuries of varying degrees were being treated at a local hospital in Natal. Going without saying, Boeing's been navigating difficult times lately after incidents ranging from near mishaps to tragic fatalities, such as the May death of a man on board a Singapore Airlines flight that flew into unexpected severe turbulence. Look what is happening with these planes lately. It's not just people like lashing out and being crazy, but like they're breaking, things are falling off, like doors are falling off out of the sky. Like, it's
honestly,
weird.
I mean,
what is happening?
There's a lot of different things you can trace it back to. I mean, the first thing I would point to is like they fired a lot of people the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So.
Like, this was turbulence. This is like something you really can't help unless you can you see turbulence on a map?
People that build the planes aren't the same. People flying the planes aren't the same. You know,
it's just like shit keeps happening with these fucking planes. No plane for me.
No. You know what? Maybe I should just get a lifetime subscription and fly once a week and just hope. Just hope something bad happens when I'm on it, man. I'm so ready.
If you're lucky, you'll be lost.
Yeah.
You'll be out on a fucking island.
Family
still
blood.
living.
Oh, the family name's gonna die eventually. Why not with me, right? Yeah. Anyway, man dies after placing a lit firework on his head during a 4th of July party. You knew we were gonna get one of these.
Yeah.
You knew it. I mean, the 4th of July was just a couple of days ago, and you just knew this was gonna happen.
I forgot about that. We watched fireworks out in the driveway. That was fun with the kids.
I was working and I came out, saw a couple. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck this shit.
You answer phone calls too. I didn't even think to ask you. Did any customers like complain that fireworks going off? Oh, that's good.
No. So this happened in Dorchester County, South Carolina. Of course, thanks a lot for representing. South Carolina man was killed after trying to show off with fireworks at a 4th of July party. When deputies with the Dorchester County Sheriff's Office arrived at a neighborhood block party in Somerville at 10:23 p.m., a good little town there, they found a man lying in the roadway suffering from major head injuries. Witnesses later told the deputies that these were from a fireworks accident. The coroner later said the victim, 41-year-old Alan Ray McGrew, fucking idiot, had ignited a large firework on top of his head. Witnesses told investigators he was wearing a large top hat. It was probably one of those fucking red, white, and blue ones.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam ones, you know. And he put the firework on top of the hat before lighting it. The device exploded, causing massive head injuries. Oh, my God. He was pronounced dead at the scene. I'm getting some ideas here. According to a report from the sheriff's office, the victim's wife told deputies he believed he placed a firework on his head to show off at the block party. He did give them a memory they'll never forget.
There's always someone, because people drink and they're stupid and they're partying. Like, there's always someone being dumb.
Of course, family members tried to get him to stop. Now they have fucking survivor's guilt. Well, not survivor's guilt, but they couldn't help him. We tried to help him, but he just wouldn't listen. And the ones that were trying, like, let's say if they were like running towards him, they were trying, and he fucking blew up, and he just fucking died right as they were like trying to reach him.
Yeah, no.
Oh, pretty. Oh, pretty fire. Oh, that's a cool one. Oh, wait, he's dead. What if it was a really cool firework? I mean, come on, dude. You got to be smart. People that light them off in their hands. I mean, We were smart when we were kids. I mean, I never set them off. I always thought, I never liked fireworks. But when I was a kid, I used to watch my older siblings do it. And they used to have a long pipe that I think it was taken from a fence at a park. Mm-hmm. You know, the fence post, they had it was like a long, thin pipe. And they would hold it, put the firework inside, but the string was sticking out the bottom, light the string, and hold the pipe and aim it towards the sky. So it was like you're shooting a rocket out. Yeah. But you were perfectly safe. There's no way you would get hit by this thing. It would, and if it blew up inside the pipe, it's in a pipe. It's not going to hit you. It's safe. It's you know, you were perfectly fine. It was the only smart thing I've seen these motherfuckers do. And there you have it, man. I just don't know why people just don't have any kind of ingenuity. They're alcohol. Yeah,
we've never lit off fireworks.
No, it's just I don't see a point. Never. Other people, let them do it.
I mean, you usually. Yeah. I mean, yeah, every place we've lived, we could see fireworks from wherever the hell we were living.
Put on a show for us peasants.
Yeah, people around us would always do it, so I would never want to anyways, because I'm so afraid of freaking something catching on fire. I can't do it.
Well, I do have a Joe Biden story for you here, and don't worry, it's not too political.
He's still alive?
It's just
He's
barely.
Still breathing.
I don't know which Biden this is. Is this Biden number 1, 2, or 3? I don't know which one of those. So Joe Biden, he's been having a lot of gas, and his week was almost as bad as mine. His bad week just got worse after he said he was the first black woman to serve with a black president.
Sammy told me this.
Yeah. Our kid is following. I'm proud of her. She's following him in our footsteps.
She's like, how do you feel about this? And she told me that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, he said what?
Yeah.
Yeah, people. So just know that. I hate talking about politics. I got it from you. And now Sammy's into it. So I get 2 people in this house.
This is a nightmare, man. This is a fucking... Now, if it wasn't bad enough that we've got 2 people, the former and the present leader of the free world, arguing about golfing and who's a better golfer. One of them is just a complete moron babbling, and the other one doesn't know what the hell he's saying, and he's just talking about dumb shit. He's freezing on camera. I'm talking about both these guys are idiots. I do not like Trump. I do not like Biden.
How did the interviewer respond? Are they allowed to make fun of them or anything?
Oh, I'm sure they were after the show, but I mean, they were covering for him a lot. Like,
can't see. That's not fair.
Well, they asked Joe Biden one question. I can't remember the exact question, but they were like, Joe, what do you think about this? And it had nothing to do with what he's talking about. He's like, well, we had the COVID-19 and then we stopped Medicare. And then I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck? And then the reporter's like, oh, thanks, Mr. President. And then switched over to Trump. Like, just completely just gloss it over, cut him off, stop them, save them from himself is what they were doing, essentially.
See, that's ridiculous.
Well, that's just the way it is. We live in a very corrupt world, and that's just one of the reasons why I fucking hate it right now. But anyway, Joe Biden's argument that his disastrous debate performance last week was a one-off is seemingly falling apart before our very eyes. In his latest verbal gaffe, the president said he was proud to be the first black woman to serve with a black president. It's more impressive that he remembered Obama was black at least. I mean, at least he was half right. But then again, maybe, who are we to doubt Joe Biden? Maybe he does identify as a black woman, and we're supposed to just agree with it.
That is what they should come out and say.
Yeah, he identifies as a black woman.
He would be completely covered. Yeah. Everything would be okay. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a black woman.
For 81 years of his life, he's been a racist white man, and one day he just woke up, and he's like, you know what, this is why he hates black women so much, because he hates himself.
Oh my God.
It makes perfect sense now. By the way, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman to serve with a black president, he said. So he basically got it mixed up, where he was vice president, and he's got the first black vice president female with him.
Yeah.
And he served under Joe Biden, so in his demented, riddled mind...
He couldn't put the puzzle pieces together.
The pieces are there. He's just an idiot. He basically got a square wooden block trying to put it in a circle. You know, and he's just like, why is this thing going? He's turning it, and he's trying to jam it in there, and it ain't working. That's his brain. It just says, fuck it. And he just spills out words. That's just what he does now. So, of course, this didn't make the Democrats happy, and everybody wants him to drop out of this race now. They're all pushing for it. Just like I said, they just haven't announced the person just yet, but we all know who it's going to be. It'll be either one of 2 people, Gretchen Whitmer, or it's going to be Gavin Newsom. Either one of those 2 scumbags are going to do it. And if they pass it, now, they've really painted themselves in the corner with this because they hate Kamala. Mm-hmm. They only put Kamala in there because she's the first black woman, and they can say first black woman. They love first. They love it. Mm-hmm. So they hate her, and now they got a guy that can't handle the job, so it has to go to her because of the rules that were already put in place. And if they skip her and change the rules, it's going to make a lot of their base mad. So they painted themselves into a corner of something they don't want with someone they don't want. But they have to put there if they want to get this idiot out of office. So they're completely screwed. And this is why you don't do this affirmative action bullshit. Because now they're stuck.
Yeah.
You keep this fucking retard Joe Biden in there. You keep pushing him to the fucking front of the line. Or do you get him out of there and put this other fucking idiot in there that you can't stand just as much? So it's just like, this is what you fucking do, man. This is what we're faced with here. Another one here for you. Waka Flocka Fame. Sounds like something you'd hear on the fucking Sesame Street. Waka Flocka. Doesn't it? That's probably how he came up with that fucking name. He tells Joe Biden supporters to leave his concert.
Oh my God.
I like how he said it after they bought the tickets. He didn't say don't buy tickets. He said leave my concert. So Waka Flocka is riding with Donald Trump this presidential election. While performing in Utah this week, the No Hands rapper instructed the supporters of Joe Biden to leave his concert. All Joe Biden voters, get the fuck out of my concert, he said while on stage. We're going to see y'all at the bingo game. We're going to party right now for motherfucking President T24. The declaration drew a mixed reaction from the crowd before Waka cut through the awkwardness and moved into performing his Grove Street Party anthem. Footage of Waka Flocka went viral and he faced backlash from some fans on X. We need a study done on why older rappers start using their platform to be loud and wrong, said one person.
Wrong?
What's wrong about this guy having an opinion on who he thinks should vote?
His opinion's not wrong, but telling them to leave, maybe that could be wrong.
Yeah, that's messed up. They bought a ticket, they like you.
Yeah, okay. So maybe that would, but you can't say he's wrong because he has an opinion.
But that's what they meant.
Yeah, oh I know, of course that's what they meant.
That's what they meant.
Yeah, because they're assholes.
The greatest of all time, Michael Jordan, said, when asked, they were like, why don't you get involved with politics? And he goes, because Republicans buy shoes too. And that's the attitude you should have as an artist. If you're a movie star musician, they ask you your opinion, who cares?
It shouldn't matter what anyone's opinion is. You can promote it by putting a picture on social media with an I voted sticker. That's it. Yeah. Saying you voted. You don't even have to say who the fuck you voted for. It's no one's fucking business. Yeah. That's for you to know. Like I don't care who the fuck these people support. Yeah. Just put a picture up, a little selfie with your fucking stupid sticker saying you voted, and do your part, and then maybe your followers will go and vote.
Really,
but to have a herd mentality where all my people have to vote for the same person I'm voting for, like get the fuck out of here. It's weird.
I've never seen such a politicized country, man. It's so crazy. I remember back when I was a kid, no one talked about it this much. It was never this big of a deal, and now all of a sudden it's all people can ever fucking think about. And even musicians, like, they're calling this guy wrong for what he did. I understand. It sucks.
Oh, yeah, you can't say get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out if you voted for Biden. I get it.
Just do your freaking concert, dude.
Can Waka Flocka, another person quipped, name one thing from the Trump administration? There's quite a few things you can name that were done well, and I can name one that went terribly wrong. Well, 2024 being an election year, politics have been part of the pop culture conversation, with Biden and Trump facing off in a debate last week. Waka Flame, he pledged allegiance to Donald Trump in October 2023 when he changed his profile picture on X to him posing with Donald Trump. Is he not allowed to? Because he's black. That's why they're so mad. That's why they're mad. The Brick Squad boss responded to critics blasting his support of Trump in a since-deleted tweet shortly after posting the photo with X. I'm not a politician. I don't want to talk politics. There it is again. I only answer to the people that made me, and that's my fans, a.k.a. the people. I love you all with every bone in my body, man squad. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I guess that's something for Trump. And, here we go. Here's the racist shit. Is this a black man in 2024? What happened to black men?
Oh my God, that's what someone said. Yep,
another rapper who's pulled away from Biden is previous supporter Cardi B, who I do like Cardi B. She's a very nice woman.
Is she nice?
She's a very nice looking young lady.
Or is she nice looking?
She's a very nice looking young lady.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up.
But I don't like this crap that they pull, where they think they own an entire race. Like when Biden came out and he's like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Remember that one? Mm-hmm. Thought that was going to cost him the election. And it probably did, but they just said, fuck it, we just got to stuff a little bit more votes in there for him. And you know what? It's so fucking bad. And if you think about it, it is one of the most insulting things for the Democrats to come out there and tell an entire group of people we got your vote because you like the shit that we give you. You like the free stuff that we give you, and that's what they do. They throw welfare and shit out there, and I mean, you can just go down the rabbit hole that yourself. What the Democrats been doing to hold down an entire group of people. It's just really fucked up, man. It's horrible shit right there, you know? It really is. It's fucked up.
Yeah. And
they've got people brainwashed now into attacking him. It's like, you got this guy. Would it have been a big deal if Kid Rock said it? Or if Kid Rock said, any Joe Biden, they would be like, oh, Kid Rock's is being a crazy MAGA guy again. But with him, they take it as a personal shot. Like, oh, fuck. We just lost another one. It's like they act so weird about it. Maybe that's... Maybe this is... And if you want to get crazy for a second, maybe that's why the borders are open. Because they've been losing the black vote, and Donald Trump broke these people. All the Mexicans are voting for Trump. Wearing their clothes in the fucking water pool at the wave park. Don't want to fucking, get too deep into that one again, but wearing their clothes. Black people voting for Trump in fucking waves now. You saw what he did in New York when he showed up. Donald Trump showed up and he had a rally there, and tons of people showed up, and they're not showing up for AOCs really anymore. They're like, okay, they're starting to panic. We got to open the borders, let these fucking people in, give them free Biden phones, give them all this freaking money with Joe Biden's face on it and debit cards and shit, because that's who they want to have vote. Remember they were giving like Joe Biden shirts to people at the border. They had all these Joe Biden supporter shirts. I'm like, what the fuck? It was just the weirdest thing. They were handing out like T-shirts to people at one point. This is crazy. Maybe this is their way of suppressing the black vote, and maybe getting some of their own votes, rigging the vote for the 24 election. They were already trying to legalize these people getting votes this year. They ran them in here.
They shouldn't be allowed to vote.
I know, but they were trying to pass a bill to get them to be legal voters for the election. It's crazy. They are willing to sacrifice everything for a little bit of power. Everything.
If they just come over, they should be living here for a certain amount of time before they're allowed to vote.
You would think so.
You can't just walk in and just throw a vote somewhere. Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. You would think so, man. Well, I mean, I just don't even know what to say anymore. It's fucking... It's horrible. And when you open up your eyes, you actually see the stuff that's going on. You hear the things that are being said by these people. It really takes your hatred of them to a whole nother level. And like I said, I am not a Donald Trump supporter. I hate that motherfucker. He introduced the COVID vaccine. Remember Warp Speed? He still took all the great... I hate him for that alone. I hate that man. But he's better than the other fucking guy. And that's the only reason I'm going to vote for him again if he's the guy who knows what they're going to do. Who knows, man? They just made presidents immune to executive decisions and shit. So who knows? Is Biden going to fucking do something? Or is something going to happen to Trump? Is he going to, quote-unquote, trip and fall? Choke on his dinner? Who knows what the fuck they're going to do? And these people, I don't put anything past. They hate him that much.
They're running out of time, though. There's only a couple months left.
I don't know. It's gonna get wild. I mean, I hope for everyone's safety, obviously. I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. I hate Joe Biden, but I hate the people that are pushing him to do the shit that he doesn't even know that he's doing right now. Yeah. I actually feel kind of bad for him. He's 81 years old, and you're putting this fucking guy on TV, embarrassing him, ruining his name, making him the most hated man in America by people that aren't informed, that think he's the one actually calling these shots, making him the scapegoat for all these horrible things and policies are pushing through behind his back. It's fucked up. I'm not making excuses for Joe Biden. He's a piece of fucking shit. Mm-hmm. When he had half a mind about him, he was a piece of shit. I guess you could say he's an asshole, but before we do get into asshole stories, I just want to throw this one off, because this is just a happy ending to the show. I know we talked a little bit about politics, but a Tennessee woman was awarded nearly $700,000 after being fired for refusing the COVID-19 vaccine requirement. Now, she was fired from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. She didn't comply with the COVID-19 requirements. Now she's getting a settlement of $700,000. So
good. Every single person that was fired because they didn't get that goddamn vaccine should get some kind of settlement. Dude,
the amount of money that they made off of this bullshit, people, I mean,
I would like to know what the what's his name? Steve Byrne? I would like to know what he was offered, like in his contract, to come back to GH after not taking that fucking...
Steve Burton,
that vaccine.
They better have hooked him up.
Like, I hope he got a damn good contract because they freaking got rid of him for not wanting a freaking vaccine.
Yeah.
They got rid of everybody.
For standing up for yourself. They took away everything, man.
I mean, just all those people, I hope they all deserve some money or something. Like, not just their job back. Like, they deserve some shit.
I look at a lot of people differently. More people bad than good. But the people that I look at good now for coming off the other side of this thing, I have a whole level of respect for a lot of these people, especially the ones that have it all, that could lose a lot more than us. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, what the fuck could the average person, I lost my job at the factory. Okay, go get a work-at-home job and make the same amount of money. A lot of these people, like these rich actors, I know they already got money, but I mean, the way that they fucking publicly execute and ridicule some of these people, I mean, it's bad. It is bad. It's like, oh, boo-hoo to your pile of money, but money doesn't solve everything, man. Your mental health is the most important thing, man. And you see these people getting dragged, called liars and losers and scumbags or murderers because they're being martyrs or whatever the fuck. They're standing up and saying this thing was wrong, and they're just getting blasted. I have respect for those people that stuck to it, you know? Like Aaron Rodgers, the football player, I respect the hell out of that guy because, I mean, he could have gotten kicked out of football, banned. And he's like, fuck, I'm not taking this shit. And he didn't back down. He didn't apologize for any of it, which I think is it's admirable. You know, a lot of people. Joe Rogan is another one. He didn't apologize for the shit he was saying. I fucking hate that one guy in Canada, that piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck his name. You don't like Kermit the Frog. Jordan Peterson, that fucking guy. I hate his ass because he went and got the thing, but then he started railing against it. So it's, I don't know, man. It's just, it's fucked up. You know? But thankfully, one happy story. Hopefully, many more to come.
Yeah, good for her.
All right, so this is your favorite segment of the show, and I have no idea why.
This is the last one, man.
Well, not for today, though, because tonight we are recording our live podcast only at podbean.com. If you follow the show, you're already going to get the notification if you have the app. Download the Podbean app and follow the Voices of Misery podcast. You will get the notification the moment we go live. At what time?
6 p.m. Eastern.
Tonight.
What is going on with my voice, man?
I don't know. Not using it. If you don't use it, you lose it, bitch. I haven't talked to the weekend. You don't use it, you lose it. Well, maybe if you would have watched Beverly Hills Cop with me, we would have had something to talk about.
I'm sorry, I'm never going to live this down.
No, I don't care. I was just fucking with you. I don't care. No, the thing is the two of us in the same room is like putting two beta fish in the same.
Well, this is like God's honest truth. Like this is the situation in this house. They kill each other. If you and I were to sit down and watch something nice out in the living room, immediately both kids are out there. The dogs are fucking going crazy. It's like we're not going to hear the TV. It's going to be so fucking annoying. I love them. I'm just saying, people, like, it would drive me nuts.
No, people understand. If you have kids, you understand. Sometimes you just want to be left the fuck alone.
And if we watched it in the bedroom in here, we would be laying on the bed watching Beverly Hills Cop, and guess what?
I'd be looking for something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be looking for some
and
action.
that movie would be fucking paused, and I would be suffering. So, like, what happens? Like, you know, so really, like, I do feel bad, because I would have liked to watch it with you, but where the hell would we do it?
I'm the little engine that could.
God, the movie would probably be freaking paused like 10 times.
We'd be watching that movie. An hour and a half movie would have been like 4 hours.
See? So, really, whatever.
I know, that's just how it rolls, man. Between you and my fucking Biff, you motherfuckers. You motherfucker. Who the fuck do y'all think you are? Walk away from. Hey! I should be on the top of a fucking. It should be like the end of a fucking Scarface movie. Got the machine gun. What do you fucking think you are, huh?
God.
The pills are kicking in. I
see that. Get to the asshole story, man.
The dimples are out. The smile's coming. I'm happy. All right. So you're going to pick one here. And whatever we don't use, we're going to use in the show tonight. So.
Yeah, perfect.
Am I the asshole for telling a friend to leave for calling my daughter a brat? Am I the asshole for fighting for my son to have my last name instead of his mom and her husband's? Or am I the asshole for refusing to give my dad a key to my new home?
Do the second one. The last name.
Am I really want to hear that key when I can't wait till tonight? I'm all shaking.
Oh, God. See, oh, my goodness.
You know what? It feels good to laugh. You know, it does. This has been a fucking rough time, man. It's been a rough month. It really has. It's been a fucking long month. June sucked, and fucking July's off to a shitty start. Am I the asshole for fucking being an asshole? Yes, you are. Am I the asshole for fighting for my son to have my last name instead of his mom and her husband's? Okay. I'm 24 and I have a 5-month-old son with my ex, who's 28, and things are complicated as fuck with her. We dated for 8 months. She left me for her ex and didn't tell me she was pregnant. It was her sister who told me, and she told me the baby was mine and my ex knew about it. I reached out and told her I wanted to be a parent to my kid. She retaliated by marrying her ex, and they told me he was going to be the father. I told them I would file with the courts when the baby was born to establish DNA and custody. My son was born. They did everything to keep me away, including adding her husband to the birth certificate and giving the child his last name, which at the time of his birth was just the husband's name. My ex changed hers last month before our court date. Ooh, man, this woman sounds devious, man.
She sounds like my mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we'll do anything to get one up on this guy. I feel bad for this dude.
She knew the game.
Yeah, like, this one seems to know exactly what she needs to do. And that's 18 years is going to be a long motherfucking time dealing with this bitch. She sounds like a psycho.
How fucked up is that, man?
Yeah, this is a fucking mess this guy's in.
Now, if I was in this situation, let's say this happened with us, and when the first daughter was born, and you just said, fuck you, I'm leaving, and you just said, fuck it, and left. I mean, my mindset at the time, I probably would be like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
And I just would have left.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, lesson learned, and I probably never would have had a kid again. Yeah. Because it would have tore me up inside, but I'm so stubborn, and I would have been like, well, fuck me, no, fuck is that, because that's who I am.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck, but I don't give a fuck about you anymore, and I shut down, and it's over. So I would have left. So I'm already, this guy's a better guy than me. Because I would have been like, fuck, because especially with her and this new guy against you, you have to deal with this kid's entire life, you know?
Yeah, this sucks. He's in a
shitty situation. She hates your guts. The mother of your kid hates your guts. You don't even know 100% if this is yours, because if she jumped back with this guy that quick, they were probably having an affair the whole time. So in my head, that's strike one, strike two, and strike three. Fuck me, no, fuck you, I'm going. Goodbye. I'm taking my ball and going back to Jersey. That's what I would have done. Actually, I would have been like, no, fuck, I'm just going straight to Florida. I think I would have lived out. All right, let's play a what-if game. If that was true, I think I would have lived out my days in Florida. I think I would have gone to Florida. I
think you would have gone to Jersey and started partying with your buddies, and then gotten sick of doing that and gone to Florida. That's what you would have done.
I would have went back, because when my heart's broken.
When you first came up to New York, your buddies and your family wanted you back so damn bad. They wouldn't leave me alone
for a while. Yeah, it took years.
Even when I was pregnant, just constant calls and texts and blah blah blah, trying to get you to fuck back. Yeah. Man, they tried hard. Yeah. So yeah, you would have gone back to Jersey, been there for a week or two, and then left.
I'm getting a lot of calls and texts now. Fucking scumbags.
Yeah, I
don't want to talk about it. I don't want to go down that route. Let's just move on here. They also tried to make my son a junior for the husband, first and middle name, but something changed, so his name is another form of her husband's name. DNA proved I was the father. The judge ordered us to attend 2 mediation and therapy sessions together, me and my ex. We didn't reach an agreement because she was clear she wanted me out of the picture and wanted her husband to raise my son as his own. Well, then have his kid then. Mm-hmm. It's not his fault for wanting to be. I mean,
well, DNA's been established now.
It's established. You can't do a damn thing about it.
There's nothing she can do.
I mean, this guy really wants this kid. Is it? Oh, it's so tough. Is it worth this headache, guy? Your kid is going to be brainwashed in that house, probably to hate your guts anyway. Mm-hmm. They have that kid more than you're going to have that kid. Is that the life you want for that kid? If you love that kid, sometimes it's best to say, you know what?
Yeah.
Wash your hands and fucking leave them. Let them be miserable together. She's going to reach out to you in a few years because that ex was an ex for a reason before. He'll be an ex again. And then she's going to look for you when that kid's 12. Hey, you want to meet your son?
Yeah. Ask you for back child support.
Nope. Nope. And he's got a great case in court.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, this guy, I don't know. This is a tough one. The judge did not take kindly to that. In my petition to the courts, it said I wanted my son to have my last name, not his stepfather's. The outcome from court was 50-50 physical and legal custody. Okay, so 50-50, all right, you can work with that. My son's last name was changed, as was his first name, because my ex-husband was bitter he didn't get his junior and my son. We are to communicate through an app about our son and nothing else. Okay, so everything's recorded. Neither of us pays child support. We both have to make decisions for him. I'm also on the birth certificate now.
Good.
My ex hates me for all that, but I did the sorest point. It seems to be the last name. Her mom called me, and I only met her twice while I was with my ex. But she called me and told me that I was a petty little kid who was playing daddy when her grandson deserved a real man for a father, and he has one in a husband, and I should have left them to raise him together so we could have the stability of one home. Oh, man. So this guy's obviously like a wimp.
This guy?
I mean, because
not really, he's fighting for his kid, and I don't have a problem with that. Like,
he only met this woman once or twice, he says, right? But she calls him out for being a wimp, which means the daughter is telling her, like, yeah, this guy ain't it. You know what? This guy, they obviously weren't a good match for each other, and she just was like, oh fuck, I had this guy's kid. Let me just give it to this other guy who I like better. And now she can't get rid of this fucking problem. And now this guy wants to be in the kid's life. Man, this guy's really complicating this fucking thing. He should walk away, but he
Good for this
doesn't
guy.
have to. I don't know.
I'm on his side. Good for him.
Yeah,
He wants
I'm
to,
on his
it's
side.
his
I'm
baby.
also not. It's
he
tough.
wants to be in the kid's life. Like, it's going to be hell. He's in for a hell of a fucking ride. If that's what he wants to deal with, and to be with the baby,
is it worth it? I mean, I understand that's his kid, and he has every right to be with this guy. I get it, but in this situation, is it worth it? Because that kid is going to hear nothing but bad shit about you over there. They're going to hate you forever. 50-50 custody's great and all, but I mean, hey, Dad, they were talking this shit about you, and that kid is getting put in a compromised position because he likes this guy because he's living with him 50% of the time. But you're his dad as well, so he's going to be conflicted and fucked up. This ain't good. It's just not good. I don't blame him if he walks away or stays. Because, I mean, the noble thing is to stay because that's your kid. Mm-hmm. But then again, you're going to set that kid up for a lot of heartache in the future. And yourself. A lot of unnecessary battles. I mean, do you really want to be tied to this fucking cunt who hates you?
Yeah.
And she told me to deny that wonderful man the right to pass his name onto a child he swore to love as his own is awful, and that my ex, as the mom, should share a name with her child. Then I had one of my ex's friends come up to me while I was out getting groceries, and she called me petty for fighting for my son's last name. No one likes this guy, obviously. And there's got to be a reason for this fucking guy. There's got to be a reason. He's like the town cuckold. He probably walked into a fucking convenience store, just some random kid trips him when he walks in. He's just, people spit on him. Just not very respected. I mean, this is a situation where you should feel bad for this guy. Everyone should feel bad for him. And instead they're like, dude, just fucking give up. There's got to be a reason for it.
Yeah, because she's running her mouth.
My ex also brought it up during our last exchange. She told me she hoped I was damn proud of myself for fighting over the name when she had her husband's name, too, and she wanted it to be their family name, and I denied their son that right. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, you can't be, because you're not doing the wrong thing.
He did everything he could. He did it the right way. He went through the court. He didn't go and do anything stupid. He went right through the court like he was supposed to. Now it's all documented.
Yeah.
Good for him. You want to have a relationship with that kid, I mean, he's going to go through hell.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean,
absolutely,
I'm sure it's worth it. I don't know. She sounds like a bitch, though. And I guarantee she's going to throw his ass in court. Oh, my God.
This is one of those things where I'd be
so
like, okay with the guy walking away from his child. I mean, in this point of view, just because of the situation, how twisted it is, I would say just fucking go, dude. Just go. Start over with someone else. It's going to suck, but you know what? I think it would suck worse staying for everybody involved if he stayed with this kid. You're asking him to do something very hard because you're like, nerd, would you walk away in that situation? Fuck, it's so tough. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't lie to these fucking people, man. Mm-hmm. I would walk away if that was the case. If you went back with your ex, it was taking my kid with you. I mean, I'm like, but I'm also very spiteful too, though. That's the thing. I'm very fucking spiteful.
Come on,
just let you get one over on me.
At first, the situation that you were saying was if I just left.
Yeah.
But now, if you're saying I go back with the next, no, you would do something about that.
I would be spiteful.
Yes,
yeah, I would do something like I would let you take the kid, but I would do something fucking awful.
You would.
That guy would end up missing, or something bad would happen to him.
It would not be. Don't let him fool you, people.
Bad would happen. I would be like fucking Dolph. Like, I'm going to make the rest of your life, your existence, miserable. Yeah.
All right. Car would blow up. Something would fucking go down.
Let's be honest. Yeah.
Give me a break.
The guy be driving down the highway, can't brake all of a sudden. Like, what the fuck?
If it was just me taking off, you would leave. If it was me with someone else,
fine. Give his fucking kid back. Just give him his fucking kid. I'd be like John Wick. Instead of a dog, it'd be a baby. Yeah, and then fine, take the baby. And I'm like, wait a second. Whoa, hold on. You call me out. That's what happens to me. I get called on my bluff. Oh, fuck you, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. There you go. Well, there you have it, people. Not the asshole. No, and I had fun with that one. I can't wait for more. Mm-hmm. I'm leading with that other one tonight. Okay. I'm leading with that one. I've been waiting for that one, man. It's going to be awful. Like someone throwing a phone at BB Rhexa. That awful. I don't know. So what are you going to be doing for, we're recording this Monday.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing?
Doing the live show tonight at 6 Eastern, and then probably playing the video game. Yeah. And at some point, I'll go back to... I've been playing the game so much that... I don't know. I'll watch a couple more episodes of that Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount. Because it is good. It's just I've been doing other stuff. I haven't just been sitting there watching that. So
yeah. Well, there you go.
And if I'm not rewatching it, I have to actually pay attention. Like, this is my first run through, so I have to know what the fuck's going on. I can't just like have it playing in the background and walk around and do. I can't, get shit done. So I'm actually pausing this one.
Oh, we got to summon Missy and see where the hell she is with Originals.
Yes.
We got to check in.
God,
I know some family issues.
Been?
She has some family issues she was taking care of, so hopefully that's all going well and comes back. But I got to find out because Supernatural's next, and I'm in between shows right now. Is all I'm saying. I would gladly jump in on that motherfucker. I love that show. Gladly jump on into that one.
Didn't she mention Prison Break?
Did she?
I think she mentioned Prison Break after
did she
the
really?
originals.
I don't know, man. That's your BFF now. You fucking shit. You maybe if she says watch Prison Break, I don't know, man. I'm waiting for my BFF to stop having a fucking life. Come on back. Stop fucking living life, man.
It stinks when they go away, right?
It does.
And they're just living their lives while we
I'm
sit
heartbroken.
here.
I'm like, let's fucking keep this ball rolling. Let's find another show. Like, no, motherfucker. Fuck you. I got life. Well, I have to be grateful, though, because I'm a very hard person to get along with. And just to stick around this long has been a very impressive run. So there you go.
All right. Well,
tell me where you can find us.
You can find us at Voice of Misery on all platforms and voicesofmiserypodcast@gmail.com.
Boom.